Like, oh damn, did they really look out for a brother?
So let me ask you, after that, did you do that again?
We never learn. We pray. We be like, give us a sign, ancestors, give us a sign.
Yeah.
We pray for it. We get the sign, and we be like,
Listen,
nah, that wasn't it.
Yeah, don't be a hard head, because you're gonna keep going through it.
That wasn't it.
No,
and
right.
every time you have to keep going through it. The next time it'll be worse, and the
worse.
next time and worse,
Yeah.
and you don't want to stick around for that.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Are we live?
We live.
Are we live? What's good, man? I Talk Gray, back up in here. What's good?
Nothing. How's everybody doing? Greetings, peoples.
Greetings. How you doing?
I'm good.
You good? I'm glad you could make it.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, I appreciate it. Shout out to Michelle, because that's why I met you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
At the networking event. She was sitting in the back dolo.
Yeah, always.
You know what I'm saying? Well, we
She
here.
was sitting by herself?
Yeah.
Why so?
That's just me. I'm just low key. I'm always like the observative person in the room, just analyzing everything, taking everything in. Just I've been like that since I was little.
That's a good trait to have.
Yeah.
You gotta be aware of your surroundings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Did y'all see the Dave Chappelle?
I did not. My husband did. He told me
his
about
little
it.
comedy. Well, I wouldn't even say it's a comedy special.
Yeah, it was like a doctor. He was just really like talking most of the time. Well, he was spitting a little bit of stuff, but he didn't really. It was not like as comical as it usually is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, he was going in though. You don't think?
I didn't
about?
see it. I don't know. Don't spoil it for me. I want to see it.
I'm sorry.
I want to see it. But
I'm gonna
no.
have to spoil it a little bit.
Going in about what? Because he talked about like when he was born at that same time when George Floyd died.
Yeah.
That's what was he going in about?
He was going in on Candace Owens. You know Candace
I must
Owens?
have fell asleep on that part. I didn't hear it.
Candace Owens has been tripping a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's her name.
Candace.
Her name's Candace, yeah. A lot of people don't realize, like, your name has energy to it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you look at when they brought, I don't know if that was a real person, but when they brought Kunta Kinte over here.
Oh.
When they made him change his
Toby?
name. Yeah,
I
Toby.
am not Toby.
Yeah. The master gave you a name. And it's a good name. It's going to be yours to the day you die.
Yeah.
They did that for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So I think with Candace Owens, because her name is Candace, she has that extra Eurocentric kind of mentality. Like she put up like some type of statistic saying that there's actually more white people being killed by police than black people.
Huh? What?
Yeah.
How's that possible?
Exactly. I said, nah. I mean, even though we understand that the media is controlled by Caucasians, you see what I'm saying? So they can put out anything and make you believe it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that's true.
No, I think I've heard a lot of them come from that standpoint, but they try and justify it by the numbers, saying, well, there was 300 Caucasian people that were killed, and there was 120 black people. But then when you look at the how many blacks versus whites,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Make it justifiable.
Yeah, they try and make it look like, oh, okay, well, it was a higher number. It was like, no, if you really look at the proportion of the people who are in these areas, that tells you who is being killed at a higher rate versus not just looking at numbers like that's the whole story. That's not the whole story.
Yeah.
And if it was true, statistically, I feel like the world would be in like a uproar. Like if white people was really getting killed the way we've been getting killed, they'll be going crazy right now.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Like there's no
They
way
would
possible.
be rebelling.
Yes.
Just like when you see them white people walking, I think there was like some type of protest that they were doing. They were out there with their guns, like chilling, like it was normal. Like you couldn't do no shit like that.
Correct.
You know
Capitol building,
Yeah. They went to like the Capitol demanding that the corona and like the lockdowns was released. So if they was really dying like that, they would be shooting up some stuff probably by now.
You know how they
like,
get down when they pissed off.
Yeah.
Yes, like come on, let's be clear.
They
like,
make
there's
themselves
no way.
known.
Yes.
Exactly.
Like, no.
You know how they play.
Facts.
So sorry, Candace, we ain't rocking with that. And she's married to white person too, and I did some research on him. And his ancestry owned slaves. You know what I'm saying? So so it's like he literally married her master. You know what I'm saying?
Like, how sad is that? Like,
I mean, yeah. It's always one of us. And like I was saying, like I feel like the name. You know what I'm saying? Like even mine's like my shit means like I think a farmer or something like that. Like
Wayne?
I wanted to, yeah. Like,
Wayne the farmer.
Like for real. Like I want to actually like change my name. You see what I'm saying? Because when people don't realize that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So they understood that when they took us into bondage. So they had to spiritually attack us as well as physical. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
So you naming your daughter, you know, Lisa, you know, it's like you're doing her a major disjustice. You see what I'm saying? Because there's power. That's why his name was Utakente. He had to take all them lashes to whoop all of that power away from him. You see what I'm saying? Like they studied us. So I always tell people all the time, like, no, we have to get back to understanding that we are spiritual beings. Like, and they put it in the movies. Like, you ever seen Ghost with Whoopi Gilbert?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course I haven't seen it yet, but you know, I'll put it on to-do list, you know, with the other movies.
Nah, you gotta watch it. Like, I'm just saying.
No, she gotta watch it.
Okay, I'll make sure I put it on to-do list.
Watch it.
She was a medium. You know what I'm saying? A medium is basically somebody that the ancestors can speak through. Like you are the vehicle that they could like bring a message from the ancestral plane to the physical plane. Okay. So I feel like if you look at the movie, like I feel like she was doing it just to make money, because you got those people like at the swap shop, like, oh, let me give you a reading. I see you're going to be in the army.
Yeah,
maybe $5.
Yeah, after they ask you a bunch of questions already.
Yeah,
then it's like, oh yeah, you're going through that. Yeah, I just told you I was going through that. So
exactly.
Like, yeah.
Well, let's not get it twisted now. Let me come from the other left field. I feel like
no.
And I'm not a medium. I'm not a medium, but I do believe that people, everybody has their gifts, and there are some people who are very gifted to be able to see and receive information in that way. So yeah, in the movie, it looks like she was just trying to get $1, although she might have had the gifts, but she wasn't necessarily using them in the way that she was supposed to. I believe.
For the right reasons.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that on. Go ahead.
No. Add it because
we need to hear this.
Yeah, because you have a lot of people that place spirituality or readings and things like that. I mean, I like to quote spirituality as something negative, because even if you look in the Bible, I'm not sure if you're religious or not, but the Bible speaks against even speaking to people that has to do anything with spirituality. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, let me find, like I had you know what I'm saying? Like, let me pull up my little quote. In Leviticus, chapter 20, verses 27, it says, a man or a woman who is a medium or spiritist among you, you must be put to death.
Yeah. Listen.
We don't want to put you on the spot.
If I could tell you how many times family and non-family members have, upon hearing what I do, they immediately say, "Oh, that sounds like spiritism. That's you should demonic do that. That's not good." And like, number one, I don't subscribe to any religion, so you can have your feelings or how you want to feel. Everybody has their own unique beliefs, and that's what's for you is for you. What's for me is for me. I consider myself more spiritual, so I don't necessarily conform to whatever beliefs that people have. I just know from my own personal experience. At least what I'm doing and what I can speak for myself, there's nothing wrong with attack or connecting with that spiritual side of you, because you are a spiritual being at its essence. Like, why would that be bad for you to connect with that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm a bit confused about that whole aspect of it. I've had debates with people about it, and then at one point I was like, you know what, I'm not just interested in doing that, because
you're draining your energy.
Yeah, it's like, you know, sometimes some people just like speaking to a brick wall because they already have their mind made up.
Correct.
It's like this, they're not leaving in any space for, you know, to
like
be
being
open
to it.
Yeah, so at some point, I depend on who I'm speaking to, I can tell pretty quickly if I should continue the conversation or not.
No, you're right, because I used to be, Shayna, no, I used to be real big with arguing with people a lot about religion and culture and stuff like that. And just like what you said, I had to learn, like, why? Because everything that we do is energy. You see what I'm saying? So why exert all of this energy when this person is not vibrating on the frequency to even
receive it?
You see what I'm saying?
2 different radio stations you tune
exactly.
into.
Yes.
Exactly.
They not tuning in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm on FM, they on AM.
Right.
You know, so it's like, and then when you say that to people, oh, nah, nigga, you what the hell you talking about? You think you better than me? No, it's just, I'm not vibing on that frequency anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the reasons why I stopped sleeping around with multiple women. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of generational traumatic poems. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
right.
As good as it feels on the flesh side of it, you can pick up when she's not really whole. You know what I'm saying? When she's dealing with some type of trauma.
How you pick up on that?
Energy. Like, I could feel it now. I guess when I started to be a little bit more health conscious, you know, moringa, you know what I'm saying? Sea moss, things like that. I don't know. Like, I could tell. Shorty will come through like, yo, I'm ready to. And I'm like, no, something's wrong with you. Nah, nigga, what you talking about? Like, baby. And what I realize is that a lot of women use the sexuality to try to take away their pain. You see what I'm saying? Because in the multiple orgasms, you know what I'm saying? They feel like, I guess it's removing the pain, but I tell people no. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like you can't just have sex with somebody and think it's okay. Like, cause you know, you got some females like, oh, I can fucking nigga, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no sweat off me. Might on your flesh, but
spiritually,
yeah, using it to mask other issues that they haven't dealt with.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. You know what I'm saying? And I've also read, because I started reading on like the importance of aligning your chakras. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff. It's deep. Because I remember I went to work one time and I had a rainbow umbrella. And of course, you know, in Jamaica, yo, you're a batty man, dog. What y'all do? Yo, no, rainbow umbrella. I'm like, no, well, this is the colors of the chakras.
Right.
You know, but
they didn't want to hear
everybody
that.
thought I was gay.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But then you got to also look at, why would they use natural colors for something like that? You see what I'm saying? So
every color has a significance. It vibrates at a certain energy depending on what root chakra that you're dealing with.
Correct.
Yeah. So the color that's connected to that specific chakra is in alignment with like that vibration.
Yeah, like red is your root chakra.
Yeah.
Correct.
So so it helps you.
Here. They get a bracelet.
Oh,
like
okay.
it. Yes,
Yeah.
Hold on, did you got little?
Nah, this is the crystals inside of it.
Oh, okay,
That
okay.
thing we did, but yeah, it's nice too. But yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. Cause I also learned, like, if you are like hyper sexual, that means your root chakra is like out of balance. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is supposed to be like in balance.
In sync.
So, in sync.
Correct.
So I tell a lot of women, you know, like this one girl I was messing with, and like, yo, we already having sex for 2 hours. How you want more? Like, really? I don't understand.
But for the women that, you know, are going through that, they can eat cherries. You know, cherries are really help. Cherries help align that chakra as well too, that root chakra. Just to throw that out there, cherries would get you back, you know, aligned.
Get you back aligned?
Aligned, yes. Meditation.
A lot of grounding exercises.
Yes, you know, meditation, water, just going back outside, connecting, you know, with the sun. That's why I know we're spiritual beings, because once we go inside the sun, we can actually, you know, get better thoughts. Like we can, our minds could be clogged up. We can go outside, get sunlight. You know, it'll be a different type of energy just flowing just from that. The actual fruits from that's growing naturally, not the GMO ones, but you know, the natural fruits and vegetables.
Right.
Make sure I got a seed in it.
You feel me? Like the alkaline fruits and all of that.
Hard to find nowadays.
It is.
Yeah.
Like those things, that's how you really know that we're spiritual beings, because we actually could recharge ourselves from just the sun and the actual fruits and vegetables. So
you're right. Yeah. I was talking to this female one time, and she didn't even know what she was doing. Like, on break, I would come outside and she would be sitting on the grass. She was heavily melanated, and she would just be sitting on the grass, like, and I'm like, yo, what you doing? I mean, I understood what she was doing, but she didn't know.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I mean, I just
getting sun.
Yeah,
It just
sunbathing?
feels good to
Yeah.
sit here and bathe.
sun gazing, or she was like,
Yeah.
I'm just out here, like, is this what I want to do? And that's how I know, like, we're not our bodies, because your body's a total separate entity from you.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
she still felt that inner instinct to do that. You see what I'm saying? 'Cause a lot of people don't know that when the sun is in its condensed form, that it is actually melanin. You see what I'm saying? So the darker you are, the more spiritual you are. You know what I'm saying? That's why I gotta make sure when I have my next baby, you know what I'm saying?
Oh God.
Get you a chocolate.
Yeah,
sister.
she gotta be mucho chocolatey.
I mean, let's not divide us.
Okay,
Let's
so
not
my-
divide us.
No,
You know,
that's
we're coming.
No
We're coming together.
My
Like,
bad. No, we don't want to. We don't want to do that.
We don't want to do that.
We
The
don't
black
wanna
woman
do
is
that.
already not protected.
right,
Let's
that's
be
right.
clear.
My bad,
Let's
my
be
bad,
clear.
my bad.
Yes,
Right.
as
Well,
long
we
as
still
she's
got love for
melanin.
the Rambones too.
Well,
you know what I'm
do
saying?
y'all?
Right.
Yeah, y'all about to just switch up. Like, I felt the energy already. Like,
Sorry, that wasn't the
felt it.
energy.
Like,
I was
like-
just saying I understand what he means.
y'all was
you know
ready.
what I mean?
Like, y'all just instantly.
Listen, as somebody,
Like, we forgot our Rambo
Right.
was sitting here.
but listen, as somebody who dealt with colorism clearly my whole life,
I
okay?
understand. Yes.
Trust me, I understand more than anybody.
I know.
Okay,
I
but it was just me saying, okay, I
felt
understand
it.
what
It
you
was-
mean.
it's
You
like
know
an
what I mean?
Acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Yes,
We-
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Keep
Thank
it
you.
going.
Because you
Acknowledgement.
are the favored complexion amongst us.
Amongst society, yes.
Amongst, you
Let's
know
be
what I mean?
clear.
Yeah.
Let's be clear again,
Yeah.
because we go through that too. Like,
Yeah.
believe it or not, just because you see a little caramel, I go through it all the time too. Like, you're not red enough, you're not black enough. Like, are you sure you're black? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Is your dad white? Is your mom white? Like, which part? They automatically judge you
Yeah.
off of that as well too. So let's be clear.
Yeah, there's a lot of the colorism goes both ways.
Yes,
I
it
gotta
does.
say,
No,
yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree with you.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But back to what you were saying, that's why I know that they understand who we are. Because, like, even like when you go to the beach, like I went to the beach yesterday, the grass is fake. Like,
Yeah.
You got fake grass at the beach now?
yes.
Yeah, they built like a whole thing next to like, what is that, rock bar? And like once you go like past like Sunrise, it's right there. They built like a whole thing of just grass, like an open scenery of
Yeah.
nothing
Oh, wow.
but fake
'Cause
stuff.
they
Yeah,
I
know
it
haven't
like
been there in a while, so I
Yeah.
didn't see it.
Yeah, all the grass over there.
Yeah.
It was Deerfield Beach that I was at
Okay.
yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Grass fake. So you can't even really connect with Mother Earth.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If you tried, you know.
And on the sand maybe. No,
And
it's fake too.
We don't even know if that's real.
Oh God! Oh, Lord.
Wait, they got fake sand
fake
too
sand
now?
on top of that. Come on, like
It's GMO.
fake sand.
You
They
know
took
what
it
I'm
that deep.
I-
You might be
yeah.
right though, because the things we think, they already done. So it's like, yeah.
Because they know.
Gosh,
and I've
I
been
hope
hearing
not.
this
Yeah, I
concept.
never thought about it.
Is the black woman God?
I think so.
What y'all think about that? Like, I've been hearing it circulate about the black woman is God. Because we can't be, I mean, I'm not banging on people that wants to subscribe to a certain belief. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. But even if you look at the movie Harriet, right? Because they always put it in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
She,
Remind me what that movie was about again?
Harriet Tubman,
Oh, okay. I didn't see it yet, but
You didn't
I
see
know
it?
I know what she's about, so it
Yeah.
don't matter. Yeah.
in the movie, well, I never knew that about her. I knew she was an activist and a revolutionary, you know what I'm saying? But in the movie, she asked her master, she said, "Hey, master, I've been working, da-da-da-da-da, it's time for me to be free." Crazy, nigga. A nigga forever. And then she
Correct.
went running into the fields crying like, "Oh, Lord, please kill my master."
Next day,
Next day, he died.
yeah.
And then the son walked up to her like before and was like, "Harriet, the Lord doesn't hear nigga prayers."
Yep.
And the next day, the master died. You see what I'm saying? So, like, even when you go back to actual slavery, like, there's a lot of the pictures depicting where they would cover the mouth of the black woman because they knew, I mean, a lot of us like to make fun of them, but I feel like they understood the power that came off of the tongue of the black woman. You see what I'm saying? Like, things that they were able to speak into existence. And that's why they gave us English and they had to take away our
To confuse
natural
us. Yeah.
language. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if she's that powerful to do something like that,
I
Is
feel
she?
like as women we do have more of a direct connection to the earth
Mm-hmm.
because the earth in itself has more feminine characteristics, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
correct.
Just the same as, planting seeds,
Mhm.
and you water those seeds,
Yeah.
and they sprout up from the earth.
Mhm.
In the same way that when a man plants a seed in a woman, and she nourishes it,
Mm-hmm.
and from that womb sprouts
The child.
the fruit, the
Yep.
child.
No, you're
Correct.
right.
So I feel that she definitely has in using that example you're talking about with Harriet and her speaking what she wanted and it manifested in that way.
Mhm.
I feel that we have a closer connection, a deeper connection with earth and the elements of the earth,
Mhm.
to where literally, like they say, be careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It can manifest if
Speaking
you
things to
put
existence.
enough energy and intent into it.
It can happen.
Trust and
Yeah.
believe.
No, you're right. I ain't even gonna front. Like I was coming up with iguanas one time, doing some, 1D shit. This was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Shane looking at me like, what?
Oh yeah. No judgment. Like it happens.
And I left. Like I came with two of my homeboys, but they wanted to like stay long, and I think I was like in between of like vibrating higher, and I was like, man, and I left, and I was like, man, I'm gonna get pulled over.
Instantly.
Got a light. Woo! I'm like,
Cause you spoken into existence.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. And I had like I think I drank like a pint of Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And
So you were lit.
yeah, I was litty.
But that was like your inner spirit talking to you
Wow.
because you already felt that something was gonna happen and you said
Yeah.
it and then you actually
Yeah, the
manifested it
intuition.
and it happened. So
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, but can I say that the ancestors saved me? Because I was litty. Like he was like, take this breathalyzer. I was like trying to front like I didn't want to blow. He's like, you better blow on this shit. And I was like, that shit must have went blew the whole goddamn breathalyzer up because I had a pint of Hennessy, and I drunk Hennessy when I was actually in the club. So yeah, I was super litty. And he didn't take me to jail. Like he let me go. So some people look at that as like, oh, the Lord looked after me. You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
the ancestors gave you another chance.
All right.
yeah.
That was a wake up call for you.
Yeah, that was like get
don't
it
do this
together.
again.
Like
Get it,
I'm
yeah.
gonna spare you one more time now. Like come on, we asked for sparing this. Like I'm
Right.
sparing you one more time. Like can you get it together?
Oh, yeah, because I was like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not really thinking at that time, like, oh, damn, did they really look out for a brother?
They
So let me
did.
ask you after that, did you do that again?
We never learn. We pray. We be like, give us a sign. Give us a sign, ancestors. Give us a sign.
Yeah.
We pray for it. We get the sign, and we be like,
Listen,
nah,
don't
that
be
wasn't
a,
it.
Yeah, don't be a hard head because
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
gonna keep going through it
That
until
wasn't
you get
it.
it.
No,
And
you're right.
every
Yeah.
time you have to keep going through it, the next time it'll
It's
be
worse
worse, and
and
the
worse.
next time and worse,
Yes.
and you
Yeah.
don't want to stick around for that.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Now I learned my lesson. So if
Okay.
I do get on the Henny, I'll be at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like going out or like how I used to majorly.
Right.
Maybe a little bit. But for the most part, I'll try to like stay home. You know what I'm saying? Because that's another thing. Like, I went to this guy, right? He was like a reader.
Mhm.
And he was like normal in the beginning. And then he took like a sip of like Bacardi. And then he like turned into somebody else.
The reader was drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because, they say, like, okay, like if you look at liquor stores, on the top of it, it says spirits.
Spirits. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
really
it
what
has to be
happens.
some type of connection. I think we just abuse the alcohol because he didn't drink a whole bottle. He just went. And then this motherfucker told me shit about myself that only I would know.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
because
saying?
usually
I'm
when
like,
you
how the hell you know this shit? Like back at this time, I was only knowledgeable about like African history. I didn't really tap into like spirituality.
Right.
And he was telling me everything like about my past. I mean, mind you, this is the first time I ever met this person. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, yo, this is crazy. Like, how the hell? And I feel like we all have that ability just in different ways. Like we might have dreams and stuff like that. People don't really realize the importance of like dreaming. They just think it's like something that just happens,
Right.
Yeah.
Or some people don't even dream.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause I spent a long time not dreaming. Like I recently just started dreaming, like probably within the last like 2 years, because like the foods and stuff I was eating was like clogging, like like me able to like sleep peacefully. So I had to like declutter, do things like that to really start dreaming. And now I dream like almost every day. So yeah.
Yeah, but black seed oil help you dream too.
Really?
Yeah, like my dreams be vivid. Like I think you put up a post about dreaming with that shit stuck in my head. La 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 la.
Wait, what? Oh! Yeah, that was funny.
Like yo, like dreams just don't be making no sense. Like it just you jump from one
dream to the next one. It'd be like 3 dreams into one sometimes.
Yeah.
Like 3 different like
wait, how did I get here? I don't remember
like getting here to there.
Like,
what's the reason
they pop up in my dream?
Well, why is that though?
I think also like when you look at stuff, it's like the subconscious mind. You know, you can't turn it off unless you're not actually looking at it. So that's why I feel like it's important about what you watch because it like stores in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember one time I was watching True Blood. That was like my show. It was like a vampire show.
Yeah, I know about that.
And when I would go to sleep, I was a vampire. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so it's like that's why I know for a fact they put these shows out here and they put these series and documentaries to keep our mind cluttered because we were supposed to get like a natural message from the ancestor because I've seen my grandfather numerous times in my dream. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like that's our way of connecting with them, you know, because we have to start understanding that there's no such thing as death. It's only a transference of energy. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us are attached to that physical person. But if we understood that we were able to communicate with our loved ones once they pass, you see what I'm saying? Then we would have a better understanding. It's just like when I was telling you, like what they put in Black Panther, when they put him in the dirt.
Yeah, I mean, my husband was talking about that. Yeah, that was something. But you know, our grandparents, like they know the significance and the power of dreams. Let's think about it. They would have their dream books, or they say, "Oh, I dreamed about fishes." That's
like pregnant.
I know it's fish.
Yeah,
but they say fishes because my family, they country. So well, you know what it means when somebody dreams about fish in the family. Somebody's pregnant. So that's just an example to show you they understood what, you know, the power of dreams and symbology and dreams. So yeah, most definitely it is, I think, a connection to ancestors and that spiritual realm. Yeah.
Correct. And we just gotta just understand that we are connected to that. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's hard because, to bring it back again, religion speaks so heavily bad on it. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm trying to control you, I'm not gonna tell you to go forward in that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna say like,
pick the Bible up.
Right.
Yeah,
Pick the Bible up because it's kind of like they don't really want you to be in tune with yourself.
Correct.
So they use the Bible kind of as a distraction as well to make you believe in somebody else other than yourself that has the real actual
answers.
Yes, inside of you. So I think that's what they do as well. They push that religion on you so deeply, so you just don't have to be accountable for yourself. Yeah,
most definitely.
Correct. Ain't no devil. It's just you vibrating at a lower frequency.
Lower self.
Exactly.
Correct.
If I decide to get up and slap you in the face, the devil made me do that. Nah,
you did that.
You did that.
You did that.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever you was eating, whatever you was drinking, or just whatever vibration you was on at that time made you do that. But come on, they know for a fact. I bring it back again. Did any of y'all ever see Luke Cage?
I saw some of it. I couldn't watch
Just the
whole
first
thing.
one, like the first season. I didn't see the second season.
I saw like a few episodes.
If you saw the second season, so you know Luke Cage was extremely powerful. Nothing could penetrate him. They did work on him, I guess, when he was in the military or something like that.
Yeah.
And nobody could ever whoop Luke Cage. But one guy whooped Luke Cage ass.
How did he do it? By spirituality?
Correct.
Okay.
That ain't a coincidence. You know what I'm saying?
So he tapped into himself and he was able to
he did
master
like a
it.
little ritual, and it was some type of plant that he was inhaling, and he was playing the drums. A lot of people don't realize the spirituality or the spiritual energy with drumming. There's another reason why they banned that when they brought us over here. They had the drums playing, and Luke Cage like swung at him and whooped Luke. Everybody was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, ain't nobody fucking with the spiritual realm. Excuse me, but yeah, like I don't think you understand how serious it is. Like that's some real energy right there. We're talking about the essence of what we were created from, and you're trying to compete with that.
No science, no actual Western science, or no type of science can actually combat with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like with you now, because I know you deal with like hypnosis.
Mm.
So is that because you don't want the person to know what's going on when you're doing like a reading, or what are you actually doing?
So I don't do readings.
Okay.
Let's be clear.
And there's nothing wrong with people who do readings. I just like
So
to
you're
make
not
it
like Miss
clear.
Cleo,
No, because
Okay.
Miss Cleo.
Yeah, let's not even.
Y'all know Miss Cleo.
Yes, let's not even.
So no, the nature of my sessions are from hypnosis, because in hypnosis, like you were talking about before, it deals with the subconscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
And hypnosis is a way to tap into the subconscious mind to get the conscious critical mind out of the way and go into the subconscious mind where we have all of our past experiences, and whether it be from this life or past life.
Past life.
It sounds so interesting,
So we
but then
got
it sounds
past
so
life?
scary at the same time. So it's
Right.
like,
Listen, don't be scared.
I'm already just like thinking about it.
Like when I first thought about you,
I was about to
got into
like,
it.
yeah, I was like, why would you want to do that? Like, why would somebody really want to know like what happened before? But then after I like processed it, I was like, yeah, you do want to know what happened, so then you could fix it, so you could stop doing like some of the stuff you doing now.
Yeah, because if let me come at it from this standpoint. Remember we agreed and said that we're all spiritual beings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that soul,
Mm-hmm.
a part of you,
Correct.
doesn't understand past and present or future. All it knows is
Now,
the experiences that it went
yeah,
through. So if that soul experienced another life in another time,
when you say
and
like
it has-
another life, you mean like you was like born again or something, like another
reincarnated.
Yeah, so you would
So
know
if
if
it
you had
was-
like 2 lives already,
Probably
or 3 or 4,
Again,
5,
the
6.
soul doesn't understand the concept of time. That's a physical manifestation of time that we created here on the earth to understand events and happenings. The soul doesn't understand that. All it knows is I went through this experience. I went through that experience. It's like everything is happening for it now. So going back to that, I'm sorry, I don't mean to go too deep.
No, this is good.
This is what we need to hear.
The soul experiences those things, and if for whatever reason it never resolved the situation, let's say in a past life, let's say if you had a life back in the 1700s,
Mm-hmm.
and you never resolved the issue, let's say maybe you died young, or one of your children died young or something like that in that lifetime, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that stuck with you and you held on to it and it was never resolved. Well, you're going to take that, soul's going to take that into
The next.
the next life.
Yeah.
That traumatic effect.
Right. And it's going to have some type of effect on your life now. How it shows up, nobody knows. Depends on the situation, how they're dealing with it. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
So this is the reason why some people are just crazy, and then
Like they just.
I wouldn't necessarily say crazy. I would say that they just have unresolved issues.
you're right. My bad. That's my
Yeah, say it professionally.
And, and sometimes
Yeah,
there
unresolved
are
issues.
sometimes it's not related to a past life. Sometimes it's just maybe a family inherited issue.
So like generational.
Yeah,
passed
generational
down?
issue.
Okay.
genetic trauma.
Right. And because you also have issues that were inherited from generations, that were things dealing with other lives, like somebody may did some root work on a past family member or root work on someone, and it carries down from generation to generation.
Yeah.
But that soul only understands that. And so if you can go back and find where the root of that issue is, find out this is where it started, whether it be in the childhood issue or from another lifetime, then you can resolve it.
Yeah.
You can resolve it. You can heal it.
Yeah.
And once you heal it, of course, again, there's no time. So the soul understands everything is happening now. So once that's healed, you're gonna, go ahead and it is gonna end up affecting the healing that you have in your life today. So you're not just healing that past issue, but you're healing
everything.
Everything
like the whole
is connected
circle.
to
Your
it.
children and
Right.
things
So,
like that.
for example, I have a client where she had extreme anxiety. She was always afraid that her children were going to die really young. And we found the origin in the past life where she was alive during the plague. And she had 3 children. She has 3 children in this lifetime, 2 girls and a boy. Those children, 2 of those children were her children in that lifetime.
That her children that's now?
Right. Like,
Oh, wow.
And she watched them all die. And she was like confused, like, why
In her past life, she watched them die.
Yeah, and she's like, why? I don't understand why I'm not sick. Why are they all sick? And why I'm not?
Why are they dying?
Why is it just me?
Yeah.
Why is it this them? And so she watched them all die. And then when she made the connection, we made the connection. Hey, this is something you're carrying from that life. You don't need to carry into this life. That doesn't serve you.
Yeah.
You need to let that go.
Mm-hmm.
After the session, about a week later, she texted me, oh my God, thank you so much. I haven't been on my meds in over a week. And my anxiety's gone, so much so that her husband was considering having a session for himself. And this was the husband that was one of the very religious people that was like, you shouldn't be doing this stuff.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
It kind of opened up his eyes.
Yeah. So, the hypnosis just really allows you to kind of go into the subconscious mind and find those memories, those experiences that are affecting whatever issues that you're dealing with now. And so it allows you to go back and resolve them so that you can move forward. But then we deal with so much more in the sessions.
Yeah.
Like it gets deep in there. That's why my session went so long today. I was a little late today. But
you were helping. You were, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Saving another life.
Yeah.
Yes, basically.
And so
saving another soul, actually.
Yeah, we deal with the subconscious mind too, but a lot of times there's a lot of things that pop up other than that. Such as spirit attachments, rather.
You mean like from like sexual encounters?
Any
it
type
can
of
be
spirits?
that too, but I mean spirit attachments where somebody died and they didn't go to the light and they attached to someone else's
remember when I was
body.
telling you that the other day, right? Yeah.
And so sometimes they're either lost or they're afraid or they're upset. They have some type of unfinished business that they haven't, cleared. And so they just hang around. Like, for example, the session I just had today, she had 9 attachments. And that is the most I've done thus far. Every time I do a session with more and more, and I'm like, dang, I don't think I can. Am I gonna find somebody with more attachments than that? Because initially,
are you able to detach them?
Yeah. So what we do once I find out why they're there and why they didn't go to the light, what's happening? Because they have their own personality. They have their own life. I find out who were you, what's your name, where'd you live, what year did you die in, how'd you die. What kind of problems have you been causing for this person since you've been attached to them? Because when they do attach to you, they'll bring their own issues.
Correct.
So, for example, if they're attached to your heart, the client today had one in her heart that was causing her. God, it's hard to run together after a while. It was causing her to attract the wrong men. That's what it was. She. After the session, of course, I asked her, does that ring a bell? She's like, yeah.
Hold on, are you able to speak with the people?
Yeah, so it's
the spirit.
They speak through the person.
Oh, they're speaking through the person, and while they're in
hypnosis,
trance, you talk to them.
I speak to them. So sometimes though, I'll during a session, this one in particular, I was trying to speak with her higher self. I asked her higher self to step forward to answer questions that she wanted answered, because she gave me a list of questions that she wanted answers to that she was, needed some assistance with. Well, instead of the higher self stepping forward, a spirit attachment stepped forward. And I knew it was a spirit attachment because of how it responded to me. Sometimes they'll be harsh when they respond to you. The higher self isn't like that. The higher self is very loving, very, what can I do for you? I can answer any questions you want. Yes, I come from the light. Et cetera, et cetera. But some of them, a lot of these spirit attachments, they are like
mad that you found them.
Yeah, I don't want. You know what response I get most? I don't want to talk to you.
Thanks.
Why?
I can imagine. Yeah,
I know what you're here for.
Yeah.
What am I here for?
Yeah.
You want me to go? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna tell them that because I want them to keep talking. Because some of them will straight out and say, "I'm not talking to you. Leave me alone." And I have to literally get them to talk to me.
Yeah.
And so sometimes their voice will change. Like my client's voice will change. The tone, the whole personality, the accent, everything. And I'll be like, okay.
So is this like some exorcist type?
It's not like exorcism, but somebody watching it might be like, what is this?
Like this also like.
Yeah, they'll be like, what is this? But they basically, I instruct my clients, allow them to use your mind and your lips and allow them to express themselves. And it's not scary or anything like that. A lot of times they tell me, oh, I saw the person, this is what they look like. And I get all that information, where you live, et cetera, what happened, why you didn't go to the light. And after I help them resolve their issue, then I encourage them. I kind of say trick them, but I sometimes I do have to trick them.
Yeah.
Then I guide them into the light. I convince them to go to the light. Right. And before they leave, I say, hey, make sure you pull up everything that you brought with you. So if it's stress or anxiety, whatever, pain, because sometimes they manifest physical pains on the client.
Yeah.
And I have them pull that up. For example, today, another one was ringing in her left ear. And I instruct them to take all of that up, pull it up.
She heard a ringing in her left?
Like it had been causing ringing in her left ear for over a year. And so once, they pull it up, I tell them, we send them to the light. Mm-hmm. And I asked them afterwards, how does that feel now? It feels so much better. Oh my gosh, like it's gone. The ringing's gone. I don't hear it. Wow. So,
answer the questions why they're like in the hypnosis.
This is all. The whole process is between 2 to 3 hours long, and they're in hypnosis the whole time.
But how do you like? How do you know that you're breathing? Like, how do you know that you're like alive?
So let me clear this up. Hypnosis, you're not asleep. It's not mind control. You're very much awake. So much to the fact that
because I know they have the little.
That's not hip.
No, it's not like that.
I mean, that's a technique but it's so old, outfashioned, outdated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like I'm thinking like you might be like unconscious.
Yeah. So no, you're not asleep. You're very much awake. So much to the fact that you're aware of everything that's going on in the room, inside the room, outside the room. If a car comes by blowing a horn, you'll hear it, but it won't bother you because it's so relaxing.
So you're like
you're so relaxed.
In a trance.
I hate to use the word trance, but that's what most people understand. You're in a very relaxed state or heightened sense of awareness. Sedated? I'll say that. You're not sedated. Oh. A very heightened sense of awareness. And I say that because you can literally, so you can literally open your eyes at any moment.
And what happens
just
if
sit
you
up and say, I don't want, you just open it just like you're opening it right now. You just, that's it.
So are you in a dream state?
You're not in a dream state.
Honestly?
It's not in a dream state. But let me say this. Some people, they, after the session, remember nothing and swore that they were sleeping. So I'll say this again. It's not mind control. A person has to be willing and want to have hypnosis. I can't make them do anything or say anything. You have to allow yourself to just go there. It's similar to meditation, similar to daydreaming. Sometimes people experience it like they'll have visions, like not like we're looking now with their eyes, although some people say it's like an avatar experience for them. Mm-hmm. They're literally like
out of body experience.
No, avatar, like they're like the client today was saying they see themselves like in an environment like this, and they're looking at everybody and they're looking at their body and they're describing what they look like, what they're wearing. Colors, very detailed. Some people have those images very clear. Other people, they might just have like a very strong sense of knowing, like I feel proud, I feel like this, or I feel sick, like something's wrong with my body, my lungs, or my heart, or whatever. Or I feel happy, I'm so happy, I think I'm getting married, or I'm at a ceremony, something important is happening. And sometimes they'll just say they have things pop into their mind. So everybody experiences it differently. Okay. In a combination.
Do you get like spiritual like visions, like a reader?
I can't say that. I don't know. I'm not a reader, I can't say I get like that. But my intuition is very strong. I'll say that.
Okay.
So sometimes during sessions, I will kind of already know what's happening before they say it.
Yeah.
And I have I think this is what's happening. And sometimes I have things pop into my mind as to what's happening or what's about to happen.
Okay.
But I don't intrude. I just allow them to, explain what they're experiencing, and then of course, I get the confirmation once they say X, Y, Z. But I don't consider myself a reader. I'm not a reader. I can't look at you and say you were this and you were that. There's some people who are very right. There's some people who are very gifted in that. Yeah. That's not me. I can't do that. Well, at least at this point, I can't. I mean, I would be open to it if it came down the road, But
I think that position of a person that does that is tricky. Like I got a family member, he can see a few shit, you know what I'm saying? But he think he's like, I am God and I am never wrong. Like, nigga, you a human just like me, bro. Like, stop it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the ancestors might have spoke through you. You saw something. I give you that. But don't try to discredit me because I feel like we're all expressions of God. You see what I'm saying? So you might have your vision in that way. I might get mine through dreams or whatever the case may be. But don't try to belittle me. I'm never wrong. Right. And then they try to use whatever comes out of their mouth is fact. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still got to do some history. You still got to study. You can't just come in. It's because you get a little premonition and you say, oh, no, I say let's go here because it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever they say, it's got to be right.
But when he tells you to go there, is that the right way we were supposed to go?
Hell no.
Oh, like, okay. That's what I want to make sure then. Okay.
Like, come on, bro. Like, we talk about same dude lost. Well, no, I'm not going to say lost. Believed in his dream so bad, you know, he left his house, left his job, which I respect. You see what I'm saying? You know, you're going towards the hustle. But the ancestors didn't tell you wasn't going to make it, nigga? You know
really? Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Come on, let's not do that. Like,
no, real shit. Like, come on, bro.
He went off of what he thought was right.
Yeah, what you thought you was wrong.
He didn't channel in that day.
Yeah.
I think he's just saying some people times they use their ego, let the ego get in the way.
Correct.
Instead of just humbling themselves and allowing spirit to speak when it really does speak.
Yeah.
And that's why you don't know who to believe, because I feel like people like you, people like readers, we need these type of people. But the people that get attached to their ego and then they start to put themselves in a position where they feel like they're above and they use it
like negative, then like it seems like they'll be using it for the wrong reasons after
correct, because I do feel like the ancestors know who to go to, like my
chosen
sister,
ones.
Like my sister has real strong abilities. Like, she can astral project. When she meditates, she like goes there. Like,
my husband's like that too.
I'm like, damn, why don't it happen to me?
Yeah.
Like,
how great is that?
Right.
I don't see shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
takes practice.
She's like, oh, my spirit guide always talks to me. I'm like, where my spirit guide at? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up, bro? Like, where you at? You know?
Right.
And I do understand that. I feel like they pick people that are righteous. Because if it came
with the right intents and stuff.
Yeah. I probably would have been using it to holler at some females. You know? And I can't front. Like, you know, I could see.
We're in the higher perspective. We're vibrating. All this you said in the beginning of the conversation, we're vibrating on higher frequencies.
Right.
Correct. At that time, that's where my mind was at. So when I was trying to understand why they spoke to her, it was like, okay, she's always been righteous. You know what I'm saying? Like, my older sister, no, she's too revengeful.
But why you think now that's not happening still? Because now you have changed.
I think no. Now my visions come through dreams.
Okay.
Like, when I dream something, like one of my coworkers, I had a dream clear as day that she was pregnant. And at this time, she didn't even tell us that she was pregnant, but I knew. Like, she was at a Jamaican restaurant, and I came to work. I was like, yo, you pregnant? She was like, no. That dream was too clear. And then 2 months later, because you know some women don't want to tell nobody that they're pregnant. Right. They want to go through the 4 months.
Make sure everything.
Right.
Yeah. She was like, oh, I'm pregnant. I was like, yo, like, I see that shit clear. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's also a level of us just doubting ourselves and not really understanding that we have these abilities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we get so caught up on the physical realm. You know what I'm saying? Day-to-day attachments, drinking, or heavy sex type of activities. You see what I'm saying? So it kind of blinds us from even
our real abilities. Yeah.
No,
so we can't really like tap into those things because we got like so many other attachments on us as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you just a negative energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at like Egyptian culture, they would weigh your heart on the scale with the feather of truth. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that it balanced out.
My aunt.
Yeah, my aunt. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know that they looked at this stuff. Because, like, if you look at the justice system, they got, I think it's Lady Justice, but she got like blindfolds on and she got a sword in her hand. She can't see no damn justice. You know what I'm saying? Which is why the court system is so damn
fucked up.
corrupt.
Facts.
They ain't concerned with justice. Really.
Yeah, like,
if they were, they'd be putting their own selves on the. Let me shut up.
No. You right. That's why they hide it so well through like these distractions with like killing us and beating us and stuff, because they don't want them to be on the front lines. Yeah, of course.
Everything that they do with the medicine. Like, I was reading an article and it was speaking about schizophrenia and the way the Western society look at it. Of course, if you're schizophrenic, you're talking. They think you're crazy. They try to pump you with drugs. Yeah. But the article was speaking about a shaman. A shaman, I think.
Shaman, yeah.
Shaman. Mm-hmm. And in West Africa, they look at it and say, if somebody is schizophrenic, they're having an imbalance. Like, the ancestors are trying to speak to them and they're not aligned. They're like confused. So it was a little boy that they diagnosed that he was schizophrenic, but when he took him back to his village and went to Africa, he was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was there for like 4 months, and they like worked on him and stuff like that, and he was good. So,
but they down here they try to weaponize it and say it's bad or like it's schizophrenia, but it's actually that the ancestors is actually trying to reveal something to him.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. You know what I'm saying? Or speak through him or something like that. You know what I mean? So they know. That's why they give us these medicines. Come on, because if you look at the medicines and they tell you, well, if you take this Zyachrome, you know, you might not have an erection. You might vomit. You might
all the side
itchy
effects.
eyes.
Yeah.
Why the hell would I want to take that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like,
we get rid of one
Give you
problem
another-
and pick up 10 other ones.
yeah. It's like they're never fixing the problem. It's always like
A Band-Aid over it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like a patch. You know what I'm
They
saying?
attach
So
the symptoms, not the
cure of
cure
it.
of the problem.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because if they cure it, then you're not gonna come back.
And it's money missing after that.
Mm-hmm.
All that's money.
Pharmaceutical is
Yeah.
a big business.
Correct.
Yeah. R.I.P. Dr. Sebi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why they took away my man's. You know, like he was doing way too much. Oh, you talking about you criminal AIDS, nigga? You got
Diabetes.
diabetes.
Yeah.
You got to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's sad, man. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, because they take us from our natural beings. And I think that's what really just like messes with us because we can't really connect our soul back after that because we're so much doing everything that the Western society has put in like in front of us with the distraction stuff, and then we're actually missing out on really activating our souls and stuff like that. So
No,
it's like
correct.
it's a lot.
Correct, man. That's why I feel like what you were saying, like with meditating, you know what I'm saying? It's good. Like it allows you to channel certain higher vibrational frequencies. Then you know what I'm saying? If I'm using it the right way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I feel like back again, like to bring it back again, like with names. Like look at what's happening with 2 Chainz. He's getting sued right now from Pablo Escobar's family because he has a restaurant in Atlanta. I think he called it like Escobar or something, and they coming after him for like 10 mil. So it's like, come on, bro. Anything you could have named your restaurant, you gonna name it after something about like somebody that was doing drugs?
You didn't do your research,
You
like
know, like,
all this money, and you
I
didn't do
would
your
have
research.
hoped
Like
that he was,
smarter
clear
than
on
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
trademarks and all
creative.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, like come on, bro. Like really, out of all the names, you gonna pick that? And I feel like he's dealing with the repercussions of even wanting to go down that route. You know what I'm saying? Because even in the music industry, you know, you see that they glorify drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like even Future.
Right.
Don't even use all this scissor or syrup, whatever he say that was codeine or methazine,
Right.
Xannies and all this crap. But
yeah,
you don't
they
even
just
use
put it
none
in the
of that.
music. Yeah.
Yeah, but they put it in the music. So you understand, you put it out, it's going to come back in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like we have to totally understand that we are spiritual beings and you have to pay for the shit that you do. That's why I don't believe in revenge. I just only ascend. You know what I'm saying? Because if I take the energy to go out and say I have to do something now back to this person that did something wrong to me, no, that's putting me on that same level. You know what I'm saying? Like I read a lot of posts where people's like, oh, I give you the same energy that you give me. No, I'm not giving you back that toxic energy.
Right.
I'm going to let you stay
You deal with that.
at that level. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're going to, like if you look at it, that person's going to deal with whatever they're going through anyway.
Because whatever they put out, they're going to get back.
It's gonna come.
Some people call it karma. Like, let karma handle that. My girl got
Correct.
it.
Yeah, she got it.
She's coming.
I ain't gotta,
Right when you least expect it, she's
Exactly.
gonna be there.
Right.
I ain't got to do nothing. She's
Yeah.
going to come back and get you on herself. So people look at that because a lot of dudes be looking at me now that I've gotten more on a like spiritual enlightenment. They feel like you're soft. And it has nothing to do with that. It's just understanding that how you're feeling right now doesn't have anything to do with me.
Right.
That's something that you're battling.
That's your burden,
with.
not mine.
Yeah, right.
You carry that.
Like
I'm
you
good.
battling with something within.
Right.
I'm just the
Right.
person you want to
Take it
release
out on.
this
Right.
energy on.
Right.
So I'm not gonna match you with that. I'm
If
gonna
you carry it for them, then they ain't got to carry it.
yeah. Now if you touch me,
That's a different story right there. Yeah, that's a different story right there.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let you flare up and let you get all crazy and all act. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna just revert them to you. You know,
exactly.
Like, oh, holla at my girl Neoshihy. You know?
Yeah, get that soul
over here.
Get that soul reading. Get your spirit back intact.
Yeah. Go get that alignment.
Correct.
Go get that adjustment that you need going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be your punching bag.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what a lot of people who do want to come across to the spiritual side, like that's something that they could be battling with, because people just look at it as being soft, like you soft,
like weak.
Yeah.
When you take the higher road, it looks like you're soft, or like it looks like you're. I just feel like it'd be a test for us, because I be feeling like the universe is testing us to say, are you really gonna be able to handle this? So when people kind of like revert that energy off, I feel like those are just tests for us to just continue to show them the high road, so they could come and see like, okay, my actions were wrong, and they'll get it together after that.
Yeah, that and then just I think a part of it too is just learning to pick your battles.
Correct.
Everything ain't worth the energy.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Like you gotta learn to pick your battles and be like, you know what, I'm a chill dude. It's clearly having a bad day.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you have that.
You have that.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm not about to let you mess me up right now. I'm good. Like I'm trying to
something
stay
good
up
going.
here. You can stay down there. I'm good.
Here's some water.
Yeah.
Here's the fruits.
You deal with that.
Go hug a tree, please.
Yes,
yes. Go hug a tree.
Go meditate. Go pray. You know. Go write. Sometimes if you just like channel that energy, like even writing notes or like just writing things down and releasing them, you'll feel a lot better after that too.
No,
like,
that's true.
Yeah.
And something. No. You're right. Something I was reading the other day. It was called programming your water. Like you can speak to your water, like
write on it and put messages of love and peace and health and that's
cool.
energy.
So then when
again,
you're drinking
remember?
it's going inside of you.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I ain't even gonna front. Like it was like the water, like the same water I drink all the time. You know what I'm saying? But when I was like, I love you, thank you, I appreciate it.
Right.
Drunk it, you felt so much better.
It felt different.
Yeah,
right.
I was like, oh shit, like
water is that's life force energy too.
Correct.
It flows. You know what I mean? Like electricity, like currency through your, like the blood flow through your veins. But yeah, you're speaking. That's energy that you're speaking into. That water. And it's the same thing with plants. If you have a garden, you go talk to your plants. Do an experiment. Talk to some. Give them love, and the other ones nothing at all. And watch which one grows faster.
Yeah. That's why they gave us those plants at work. Those bamboos, because it's ran off of energy as well too. Yeah, so you're talking to them in water. Wow. I mean, but I'm just saying.
The job, they'll tell us, they'll give us calendars talking about, be healthy. Then they'll come around and give us some
pizza.
They got free pizza. Everybody lining up.
Yeah, they just trying to give you something
one
for
another.
Pockets. Yeah,
like
because they really care. They be giving you that vegan and that, all of that.
Correct.
Yeah,
correct. So it's like, do we really follow that? Like,
they gave us a plan. Like, let's be clear, they did give us a plan.
They did. But I guess I just look at it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Or to bring it back to like what you were saying with the whole understanding like energy. You know what I mean? And something that I was thinking about too, because I am pro-life. I am, but sometimes it's like do women pay for it energetically or karmically if they have like abortion?
So here's my my thoughts on that. I think that again, as spiritual beings, even the babies, the unborn babies, the miscarried babies, the aborted babies, before they even come into the world, they have a purpose. Sometimes, and this is what I'm finding out through my sessions too, sometimes they come and they have a contractual, or maybe that's how they wanted to leave, or maybe they had a contract with the mother. This is what she had to experience, and then they wanted to be the one to have that experience with her. So I think that there's a lesson in everything for everybody on each side, for the mom and the child. So I wouldn't necessarily say that there are repercussions for that. I think that there's just, again, lessons in their life that we have to learn, things we were supposed to get from that. That
so
makes
children
sense.
that are like the term that they use, like miscarry. So you're thinking like they're saying, well, I got a bigger plan back in the spiritual realm? That's why they left?
So in some of the sessions I've had during the session, sometimes I take my clients back to the planning stage for their life, for this life, the current life. And in that planning stage, they will, there'll be someone there with them. Sometimes it's a guide or teacher or someone who's helping them plan their current life. And they'll, ask them, well, what is it that you're supposed to work on this life? And they'll, talk about those things. And then we'll ask about other things. For example, a miscarried child. And that child is in the room as well during that planning stage. And sometimes they don't want to do that. They're like, I don't want to do that to you. I love you too much. And sometimes they're there, from like, maybe they might have had multiple lifetimes together, different relationships, mother, child, best friend, mother, sister, brother, father, whatever. They might have had different relationships. And what I'm finding is sometimes they have a contractual agreement to serve that purpose in their life. So it's not that sometimes, of course, when we come here, we don't remember everything we came here to do. Yeah. We just know we're born, we're a male, we're a female, these are our parents, and then we try to figure things out through life. But in going back into that planning stage, there's a lot of details that go into that where, again, there's lessons. Everybody feel like they have a purpose in life. Everybody feel like I was here to do something. You're just trying to remember what that was. And that planning stage is where you make all of those decisions on what that's going to be. Now, if you think that you're going to be penalized for following that plan, whether you know it or not or remember it or not, I don't believe in that.
Okay. I get what you're saying. I think it is difficult for us to even connect with what our plan is just based on how we are brought into this physical realm. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just think about it, like a baby, soon as they come out, they see in fake lights. You know what I'm saying? Then the doctor is cutting the umbilical cord when, from my understanding, you're supposed to leave the umbilical cord attached. You know what I'm saying? Because there's still...
I did that with my last child, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, I had to find that out today. And I had 2 home births. And
you had like a doula?
I have 3 children. I had doula all 3 pregnancies. The first pregnancy was supposed to be a home birth, but I punked out because my parents and my husband's parents were there looking at me like, "What you doing?
Now you tripping?"
Yeah, you tripping. And I just kind of punked out and was like, "I'll go to the hospital. I need some meds." But I did that with my second home birth with my youngest daughter. I let just stay there and pump through because you don't realize, like you said, there's a lot of nutrients and blood that you're cutting that child off from that hasn't even finished pumping.
From the placenta?
Yeah, but
placenta?
they're so...
The placenta.
The placenta, but they're so quick in the hospital to cut it. But they'll wait if you tell them to. You have every right to tell them, yeah. Okay. But they're so quick. It's like going through the fast food line. Hurry up and get this baby out so we can go to the next one. So you tell them, hey, no, let's wait till the cord stops pumping. And
because it comes off naturally by itself. Like, does it drop off by itself, the placenta?
Does it come out by itself?
Like, does it? Okay, because I know
you have to clamp the cord if that's what you mean.
Clamp it.
The placenta is.
It doesn't like disconnect from
the mother. It comes out after the baby, after a few minutes. Yes, that part comes out naturally. It's like a second baby coming through. Okay. But the cord itself, the umbilical cord, you do have to clip and cut. Okay. From the placenta side, but the cord from the child on that side, it comes off naturally if you're taking
care of it.
You have to keep it clean so it doesn't get infected. But it falls off naturally.
Okay. Yeah. No, because they understand this. Like they use, I believe, the stem cells and stuff like that. Like if you ever heard of Henrietta Lacks,
they know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. her blood. They use that to cure all type of diseases and stuff like that. Yeah. So I've heard like if a woman actually tries to say no, don't cut it off, they're gonna like give her a hard time.
Yeah, I'll try to give you a hard time, but that's your right. That's you. That belongs to you. Yeah. Yeah, they can't do that.
And a lot of people, they be like doped up on the medicine, so they're not even probably consciously knowing that they're finna snap. Correct.
Exactly.
So it's like,
epidural.
I had my first one. I had the first one that I had in the hospital.
I didn't take it on both, none.
But no, really?
Yeah.
But I took it too late because I got to the hospital too late. So they gave it to me and I still felt everything. I was like, well, damn, I should have just stayed at home.
No, because they said that like if they stick you and you move, like you can get like nerve damage and stuff, paralyzed. So I didn't even want to take no chances on both of my
pushed
kids.
Out raw DED?
Both times, yes.
Yeah.
Black clean, you know?
Right.
If you just look at it, like, just the position of how they make the woman lay when she's giving birth, it don't seem like that's correct. Like if you look at a lot of
they
the,
said they were standing up or something.
Well, back in ancient Egypt, if you look
squat.
Yeah, they were like, it's like when you're taking a dump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so why would you like lay down? Like you're going against gravity.
It makes a huge difference. And this is again me coming from doing 2 home births, which I squatted, and it makes a huge difference. One of them was supposed to be a water birth, but we didn't get to the. I was like, leave that water where it's at. Let me stay right here where I'm at. But it makes a big difference. Gravity wise and the natural process of how the child comes out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's stupid.
Natural is better.
Next time I try it natural.
Next time you
maybe I don't know.
You gonna go for the boy?
I don't know what the new life is gonna say for me. So I got once I do my hypnosis, I see if I got another one. In the oven.
You got a son up in there.
I might have it.
You might.
Bang bang. Shoot up the club.
Maybe.
Right.
Well, thank you for coming on. I appreciate your wisdom, your knowledge that you shared with us today. Tell everybody where they can find you at.
So you can find me online on my website at neoshihypno.com. That's neoshihypno.com. Or you can find me on YouTube. So you see some of my sessions and some of the spirit attachments I told you about. And that's at Neoshihy on YouTube. And you can find me on Neoshihy Soul Healing on Instagram and on Facebook as well.
Okay, dope. Yeah. I'm gonna definitely have to hit you about the hypnosis. I ain't gonna front. I was scared. That's why I ain't call you about that.
I know a lot of people be punking out.
Correct. I'm always liking it. I'm always hitting the like button on Instagram, but it's just still just.
I don't know.
Lot.
I'm scared of what's gonna come up.
Yeah.
No, they say nothing's gonna come up that you're not prepared for. So
I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot. These last 33 years.
Like this ain't my past. I mean, like this ain't my purpose. Like you ain't supposed to be speaking. You're supposed to be doing something else. It's like, dang.
You have to readjust.
You scared of having to readjust. You scared of having to switch up if you feel like that's.
Put so much energy out into something. But I'm not gonna lie, I understand that it is necessary because that's why some people are so crazy here because they feel like they don't know their purpose. Like I met a girl and she's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do in this life.
You just living at that point, like you're not accomplishing.
So sad,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And that's the number one question I get: what's my purpose? What am I here to do?
What am I here to do?
What's in alignment with my career? What am I supposed to be doing? Am I on track? Mm-hmm. Yep, number one question.
Yeah,
like you ain't
that's everybody's question.
Yeah,
you want to know, but then you don't want to know. But you want to know.
I want to know. I wanted to know. I don't know about y'all. I was like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing?
I think I want to know, but it's
I'm still trying to go buy that bottle.
Oh, see,
you
gotta do the work. Listen,
no, you're right.
Y'all ain't suffered enough if that's the case.
No, we definitely have.
Materialism will get you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I do understand the more you detach from the material, the closer you are to the spiritual. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, sorry, I know that sounds kind of French.
No, it doesn't.
No. I got that from. You ever watch Doctor Strange? You notice there's another movie. You probably
sorry.
You got a partner, Wong. You know what I'm saying? Like Doctor Strange was like an ill doctor. Like he could do all types of crazy surgeries with his hands. You know what I'm saying? But he got his hands got messed up and he didn't know how to heal it. So he ended up finding somebody, I think in like Tibet or something like that, and a teacher, and she like brought him into the astral plane.
Astral plane.
Yeah. And he didn't believe none of that. He was like, man, this is crazy. And then she like hit him, and like his physical self was still there, but his astral body came out of him, and he went like into a whole like he wanted to know more, and she was like, nah, get the hell out of here. You don't
want to believe it before. Now you shook. Now you want to know everything. Sounds like us.
You know what I'm saying?
When the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Right.
Exactly. And he deal with all the different dimensions and this and that. So you actually know that they use these movies to kind of put it in there for us.
Oh,
they just do it like on a level of entertainment wise. You know what I'm saying?
Hoping we won't pick up on it.
Yes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But thank you again.
Thank you so much.
This is really informative.
Of course. You know what I'm saying?
Great.
This is what we need. No more 1D type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I notice everybody just want to Like, we ain't even thinking about what's going on with George Floyd no more. Like, is it going to be a trial? Like, what's up? Like, we just got confused with the other dude that they just shot. They just shot another guy. Rashard, yeah, they shot him in the back. You know what I mean? So I feel like they putting these things out just to distract us. And they
so we can forget about
and they just putting up posts saying, "Oh, he was
another bell."
Murder.
No, another bell, because they said the second officer got bail too the other day. The second officer in the George Floyd case, he got bail. Yeah, I just seen it on the shade room. Yeah,
I did see that.
Yeah. So that's all they doing is getting bail at this point. But were they really in jail?
Exactly. Did they even get locked up?
Did they?
No, if they did, it was somebody with some deep pockets.
That's what I'm saying. Would have been
like, yo, I got you, bro.
You feel me? Yes,
I got you, bro.
Exactly.
I got you. Like, one of the white supremacists.
Exactly.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? But thank you, Neoshihy. You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate you, Queen.
Neoshihy, right? That's how you say it?
Yeah, Neoshihy.
Oh, okay. Like Neo in the Matrix.
Exactly. Neo, I am the one.
Yes, you are. We are here, man. I Talk Gray. Make sure you click the link in the bio. Subscribe. We out of here.
Peace.
Peace.